honestly speaking, we don't get to spend time because all of us are busy. When you get to work with friends, whatever work is it that you do, life becomes very easy. Pointed out, these influencers, I think they are the real culprit. इस AI के नाम पे ना वो सबकी नौकरी ले रहे हैं भाई. सबके घर की खेती है क्या? हाँ, आपका बहुत सवाल बहुत अच्छा है. The moment you start to make friends out of those influencers, I'm telling you, this anger will go away, my friend. Will be filled with love. I'm telling you, try it.
My biggest takeaway is spending time with these people.
मतलब बहुत लंबा भी है सवाल आप पूछते.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, tighten up your seatbelts. Our JioHotstar is all set to take you on a roller coaster ride filled with lots of drama, action, thrill, and suspense. There's no prize for guessing that I'm talking about the most anticipated show of the year, Special Ops 2, and today we have with us the amazing, the phenomenal team of Special Ops 2 in Delhi. Welcome to Delhi, sir. I hope you guys are doing well.
Thank you very much. I have to say I'm smitten already.
Thank you so much, sir. It's a pleasure to have you. As I told you, sir, we Delhi journalists don't get to interact with you on a daily basis, but to see you in Delhi, the city of Delhi, it's amazing. So I have to ask you one thing. Like, as I believe all the people out here, they will say one thing, that we all have been blown away with the trailer. I'm not just saying for the sake of it. I believe this is one of the shows, especially on Hotstar, the original show, especially if I talk about the original programming on Hotstar, which has created an amazing mark. So, sir, I have to ask you one thing. Like, this season, you have opted for such a brilliant concept like cyber terrorism, and coupled with it, the dangers associated with artificial intelligence. So, sir, how did you come up with an idea? What was the thing that you decided, I want to? Because if you see, it took you a long time. Like, as fans, we were waiting, kab aayega, and finally you're here. Thanks, sir. Time aa chuka hai. So, what was the idea behind it?
No, you constantly looking for a topic which will sort of engage your audience more than what it has done in the preceding season. So, you're dabbling with certain ideas, you're speaking to your co-writers and stuff like that, and figuring out what would be a good topic. And this seemed very relevant about 2.5 years back. And we could see that this was only going to go bigger in terms of a problem, in terms of a threat, in terms of everything. So naturally, we started working on that, probably just anticipating that this would be relevant by the time that it comes out.
That's amazing. So I assume all the people out here who are watching, we all use UPI. Ultimately, it has made our life very easily. And this thing, your project also deals with it. It talks about cyber terrorism and all the dangers associated with AI. In today's world, if I talk about AI, like if we see on social media also, so many morph videos are floating on social media, and at times, like as users, like I believe we are passive users, we're not active users. We see it on social media, we end up believing it. So what's your take on it as a filmmaker? Because this is also harmful for the industry. And I will ask the same question to you guys also. Because as artists, I believe while AI has bloomed, it has actually helped us to do stuff which we never imagined. But at the same time, do you believe it has the tendency, if not used in the right way, to impact the industry?
That goes for anything, that goes for any technology. That if as long as you're using it, it's fine. As the moment it starts using you, you're in trouble, right? So this doesn't go for these times. It's been always the case that any misuse of anything which is so potent will land you in trouble. So the same goes for AI.
Yeah. So what about you as an artist? Like, if you see, it's not. I will give you an example. As a journalist, like
I love it.
We do feel threatened by two things. First, by social media influencers who are taking up our jobs. That's true. I won't lie. Yeah, it's very true. People and the PR team, the marketing team, they want to go to social media influencer because they believe unse zyada kind of views we will get. As a journalist, I do feel threatened by AI when I see they have created a tool where she is doing all the things. And the same thing, I have the same set of talent, but I'm not able to do that. So as an artist, do you feel somehow AI can threaten? Because ultimately everything is available. So many things, so many videos are being floated, not only talking about the morph videos, but also talking about, as an artist, do you feel AI can impact the industry as a whole?
Okay, it has touched the nerve somewhere for sure. forget about AI right now. I want to ask you, which influencer you don't like?
No, I won't say I don't like, but I definitely.
Yes, in
No,
one
no.
breath. And I agree with
Yeah,
you.
it's true. I
My
will.
friend, I'm with you over there. I mean, they have come and taken your job.
Definitely.
No, I mean, entertainment should be at the whatever you're doing, and they have come and started entertaining people. अरे यार,
No, sir, no,
सबके घर की खेती है क्या?
No, no.
हाँ,
Sort of entertaining.
आपका बहुत मतलब सवाल बहुत अच्छा है. मतलब बहुत लंबा भी है सवाल आप पूछते पूछते मुझे लगता है कि अरे इस जवाब भी खुद ही दे रहे हैं क्या सवाल तो but rightly pointed out, you know, these influencers, I think they are the real culprit. This AI के नाम पे ना वो सबकी नौकरी ले रहे हैं भाई, हमारी भी नौकरी ले रहे हैं भैया. मैं अभिषेक जी मैं बता रहा हूँ, सारे influencers, you know, they're taking our jobs, actors. What are we going to do? Not just you, we are in the same boat. चप्पू निकालिए.
Let's spread it out.
Correct.
KK sir.
बोल दिया भाई. क्या बोल?
Not only as an
बोर्ड भी
artist-
निकाल. हाँ?
Not only as an artist, like, do you believe, like, as sir mentioned, as a filmmaker, it has, if not used in the right way, it can impact. the
Abhishek, they're
industry.
doing everything. They're selling products. They're becoming their own ad filmmakers. बताइए उनका जॉब भी ले रहे हैं वो सब. I'm not kidding. You know what I'm saying, right? These influencers, I tell you, who is the one you hate the most?
No, sir, I don't.
All of
hate-
them.
No, I don't.
Hate all of
I
them
don't hate
in the
anyone.
same breath.
But I'm
Whose
being very
photo
vocal.
you have on your dartboard?
No one, sir. I'm a peace-loving person,
yes,
sir.
I
So I would
can.
agree. I'm from
Yes.
Lucknow, so
Yeah.
we love
ये
peace,
जो
shanti,
लखनऊ
tehzeeb.
कार्ड जो फेंका है ना
हाँ,
भाई
एकदम,
साहब. क्या? नहीं, I am also peace loving, but
So going back to the project, Special Ops, sir, as I strongly believe, as an artist, whenever you're associated with any project, it can be small, big, you end up taking something from it. What was your biggest takeaway, sir, both KK sir and Vinay sir?
I'll
What
go
was,
first.
Your biggest
my
takeaway.
my biggest takeaway, honestly, I'm not joking, is spending time with these two gentlemen, because otherwise we, you know, surprisingly we don't.
Yeah,
Honestly speaking, we don't get to spend time because all of us are busy. But I look forward to this because, you know, I get to spend few days with him, I get to spend few days with Neeraj sir, and it's very rare. And for me, it's very precious also. So my biggest takeaway, honestly speaking, is that.
And also, it's very fulfilling when you're in
Very,
the company
very
of such
fulfilling.
people, talented people.
Can I tell you, Abhishek?
Yes, sir.
You know, when you get to work with friends, whatever work is it that you do, life becomes very easy. The moment you start to make friends out of those influencers, I'm telling you, this
The passion.
anger will go away, my
Go away.
friend. Will be filled with love. I'm telling you, try it.
Definitely, sir. So what about you?
My biggest takeaway is spending time with these two guys.
Okay, so it means you guys have prepared a script that one is going
No,
to...
no, not scared, not scared. Honestly,
AI does that. We don't do it.
Okay.
So yeah.
But as an artist, sir, like sir mentioned, like
No,
it's-
my biggest takeaway would be that we get the opportunity to say these stories
Yeah.
in a format that we all love and say it in the manner that we do. And the whole thing is a dream. So, I mean, that's the biggest takeaway.
you talked
Sir
about...
saved you.
Yeah. So you talked about sharing your story to the masses. Do you believe OTT platforms actually provide you an easier medium compared to cinema? Because cinema, there is a set 2.5, 3 hours maximum. But when it comes to OTT platforms, the episodes are divided accordingly, and it makes you easier without refining everything, giving a solid product at the same time.
No, there's no comparison. Both the formats need to be addressed differently. And it's not that one format is better or bigger or easier or more difficult. It doesn't work that way. These are two totally different formats, and both of them have the potential to sort of, you know, explode in different ways. So I mean, we just try and do our best whenever we are doing either of them.
That's amazing. So I have to ask you, both of you. So you, like all the people out there, will definitely be one of the finest talents we have, not only in Bollywood, in all the, especially in India. As an artist, what is the one thing which you would like to tick off from it? If in case if you have a bucket list, like as an artist, okay, I've done this, I've done that, but ये एक चीज़ है which you believe filmmakers should offer you, or the kind of role you want, or the kind of film you want to do.
You're talking about dream role itself.
Yeah, any dream role.
I dream separately. I do my role separately.
Okay. Any particular thing? somewhere down the line, if you want to explore filmmaking, anything like that?
Oh no, I don't think I have the talent or the patience for it. For filmmaking per se.
Filmmaking.
It's a very humongously difficult task for me as an actor. So I wouldn't even think in those directions at the moment, you know.
So what about you?
I agree with him. It's one of the toughest jobs, yeah. Filmmaking, you know, from outside it looks very glamorous and it looks like, you know, you're just calling the shots. But I think it's, and rightly so, because you have all the faculties of art which you have to, you know, manage and guide and create a story out of it. I think, and hence I also think very gratifying. The only thing about this is it's little expensive art form. It's not like I go buy a canvas and, you know, I make a bad film, fine. But even to make a bad film, you require
lot of
resources.
efforts,
It's not everybody's piece of cake. So I am a little bit in awe of filmmaking as a process, and hence filmmakers. So yeah, my biggest takeaway is that I get to hang out with one of the best in the business today.
That's
Yeah,
amazing. So
yeah.
let's dwell back to the special ops. So it's not an easy task to have not only a star-studded cast, but to mount a project on such large scale. And ultimately, like in today's time, if I talk about audience retention, 2 minute पे लोग reel देख के judge करता है want to watch a particular project or not. It has the thing. Earlier, if you see, we used to watch the trailer, not even wait for reviews. अच्छा लग गया, we used to watch it. But now, audience attention span has reduced. How difficult it is for you as a filmmaker, not only to tap into that thing, to retain the audience attention, but to also deliver a crispy product, which has a long life shelf.
So, valid point. I mean, since you are talking about the fact that times have changed, so accordingly you've got to sort of first acknowledge that yes, times have changed, and then there are various ways to negotiate it. Not one way, there's no recipe as such that I have, but yeah, as long as you're cognizant of that fact that yes, the window is gotten only smaller with time, the attention span is smaller, then you start thinking of how to sort of navigate your story in different ways. It could be through the telling of it, it could be through the structure of it, it could be through the mounting of it, it could be anything. I mean, there could be 10 different ways to do it, but yeah, I mean, the first step would be to be cognizant of it. Yeah.
So what, if you could tell us, what goes behind, like of course there's a lot of research work, bringing so many people together, and as I mentioned, this show is not on a large scale, not only shot in India, but multiple countries. How difficult it is, like you mentioned, you guys love challenges. I was listening to your interview before, and so you guys love challenges. But at the same time, you have to say everything, logistics, challenges and everything.
So I'll give you an example which will be sort of the answer to your question. So the outdoor schedule on this one was, it started in Budapest, Hungary, and we shot in Budapest, the city, we shot in Buda, exteriors of Buda, and then from there was a company movement. Company movement would typically mean the whole unit moves to Batumi in Georgia. They go there, they park themselves for 4.5 days of prep, and then they go about shoot. Then from there, the company moves to Enguri Dam, which is one of the world's largest dams, and they go and they film over there. Again, prep and shoot. And then the company moves to Tbilisi, where we again go do hard prep and then shoot. Now, imagine a logistic of 45 days, where you have to be sure that your shoot days are this, because you got to book locations, book hotels and logistics and travel and everything has to be clockwork, right from day 1 to day 45 by the time that you are coming back to India, and there's an outdoor schedule. So you can now imagine everything that goes behind to achieve that. So it's a team that sort of has to work in units. Everyone has to chip in their bit, and that's how it can function.
Definitely. So a question to both of you. Your role requires you not only to be mentally fit, but physically also you are there in it. It's an action-packed show, it's a thriller show. How, I won't use the word difficult, but how did you cope up with the entire thing? Because you're not only there on the set, but you also have to ensure that you are there completely in sync with your character.
I think that's our job, no? So it's an inherent part of a actor's job, which we acknowledge, and we try and do our best in that regard. Apart from that, for us in this project, because we have the best of writing from Neeraj, our job becomes easy, which is not the case everywhere. To be frank, everywhere else we'll have to really rack our brains a bit, try and do a lot of stuff to kind of streamline it. But here, that problem doesn't arise. So for us, it was just landing up on the set, prepare, and just shoot. So for us, it was much easier.
And then magic happened.
Yeah, magic happens. Yes, correct. We don't create it.
So
It happens.
what about it?
To add to what he said, I completely agree with him. And also something that we haven't spoken, and I'm glad you asked a question like that. Yes, Neeraj sir has written it so well that as actors we don't have to, wreck our brains too much. But at the same time, how wonderfully he has produced it, which he gave an example of, and I realized what all goes into, planning from day 1 to day 45, and it works like clockwork. So that means he is delegating work to the right talents at the right time, and it's not just actors. People who work behind, people who make, reservations for the hotels, for the location,
Everything.
the location
Logistics.
managers, the fight masters in different countries. So I think it's admirable and wonderful that we don't even feel the brunt of it, the way it's planned. We don't feel ki we are in some whirlwind. We feel that everything is happening very easily for us because he has provided it such. So I think it's one of the best and well-produced series
Definitely.
on our
Overall
platform.
also, for entertainment
Yes,
also,
yes,
definitely.
absolutely.
But I believe the viewers are very happy because you're releasing all the episodes together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because I will just say JioHotstar, another popular show, Criminal Justice, and everywhere is there on social media. Ki please release the episodes together. So the viewers are very happy you're releasing all the episodes together. So talking about Special Ops 3, I am damn sure it's going to happen because the kind of love the trailer is already generating across all platforms. Can we expect an early release?
I don't know about the early release, but I hope that none of us have to wait too long for that. Yeah.
So one thing which I really like the way you have given the character names. Himmat, Abbas means lion, and Himmat, power, strong. So while you were sketching the characters, were these your first choices?
The cast
Name
members?
Cast, yeah.
Absolutely. In fact, KK was on board before we had finished writing all the 7 episodes. We just met. I told him that, okay, this is what's there in terms of a vision or whatever you want to call it. Shivam Nair, my co-director on the show, was the one who said that we should get Vinay on for Abbas.
And we are so happy you have them.
I'm also
especially
very
him,
happy.
especially
I'm
him.
also very happy. Thank you.
Okay. Besides you guys, even we are happy.
To see him perform, he lightens up. I believe everyone. He lightens up the screen.
We have bonded already. Thank you.
No,
man.
sir,
Thank
no,
you.
for the sake of the
Thank you.
interview. And with him, I'm from Lucknow and I'm a Bengali. And sir's
That we could gather.
Yeah, sir's wife is a Bengali and we have common friends. So
Right.
we call her PC. So whenever we see him and whenever she comes, Nivedita ma'am comes, PC comes in Lucknow, the only thing she talks about craft, movies and him. So that's why when...
In that order?
Huh? Yeah. So when we saw sir...
We have to
and-
change the order now. Please, it's your
to see-
responsibility now.
Okay, sir. So to see him perform and to see him finally in front of me,
Right.
it's like a dream come true. And I believe every journalist out there, this is what we crave for. Views, numbers, it doesn't matter. But when we talk to people who love cinema, who love films, who love television shows, who love OTT shows, that's the beauty of it. So before I wrap it up, at Filmy Beat, we don't miss a single beat. So let's play a quick game where you three are the businessmen and I am the
I'm
customer
out.
and other people are customer. You have to give me 5 reasons why they should watch Special Ops 2.
That should come from
So,
the gentleman.
Reason 1, it's not only written and directed by Neeraj Pandey, but it's also produced by him. And when you watch this one, you would realize why it's so crucial. Reason number 2, KK Menon. I will say KK Menon first, Himmat Singh after, for obvious reasons. Because, he just comes and he grabs your heart and runs away with it. Number 3, it's one of the best ensemble thing you would see on OTT today. Best ensemble.
Definitely.
And I'm not, blowing my own trumpet.
Two more people, Shivam and Sheetal again.
And Shivam and Sheetal, yes.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
actually many more.
Many
entire
more,
cast,
yeah.
the writers, everyone.
But since you were supposed to give only
Yeah.
5.
No, you can give, sir. For you, anything is
Yeah.
So thank you so much for
Thank
your
you,
valuable time.
thank
I hope you had a blast in Delhi. Delhi loves you, the entire India loves you. So ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned, please tighten up your seatbelts as JioHotstar is all set to entertain you from 11th of July, special ops. And for more space, keep us watching us on